Well, good morning. My name is Eric Frenkiel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of MemSQL. I'm very excited to be here this morning, 5 years later, to give you guys a glimpse and a close encounter with a third kind of database. But let's start off at the beginning. We built MemSQL to be a real-time database designed for transactions and analytics. The whole genesis was to put data in memory, to distribute it on commodity hardware, and ultimately to make it easy to use by offering SQL as a universal interface that anyone could use. Our customers use it for real-time analytics, real-time monitoring, real-time reporting, and we've spent enough time thinking about this space that we really do believe that going real-time is the next phase of big data. And the answers are clear. We have more devices, we're more interconnected, so it's not just about competing locally anymore. You go global from day one. And of course, our users demand more. Why shouldn't every enterprise application work exactly how Facebook and Google work? But what I'm here to talk about is the real risk here, that analysts and data scientists could be left behind. Why? Well, we have a few problems, barriers. Data loading is such a big problem. Being at the end of that ETL pipeline can be really, really inhibitive. And once we get that data, we only see a partial view. We don't see the whole picture. And of course, we spend so much of our time just working with slow and dirty data that needs to be cleaned. In fact, data scientists spend most of our time cleaning and organizing and collecting data. 2/3 just spent cleaning and organizing, and half the time spent just collecting. So it's a real problem when we start thinking about how data scientists can actually go real time and have that impact on the business. So this brings us to the close encounter with a third kind of database. MemSQL has an in-memory row engine up front that lets you work with real-time data on the order of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and in some cases even millions of events per second. Can we scroll back one? We also have a columnar backend that lets you store that data permanently as an archive. So that helps analysts. You can run real-time SQL, but it is hard for a static model to fit a dynamic application. So how can a model react to a real-time application with real-time data that's changing second by second? Well, I'm very excited to be here this morning to be announcing something that we believe will help. It's the MemSQL Spark connector, which makes models go real-time by letting data go back and forth between Spark, which is a great exploration engine, and MemSQL, which is a great operational engine to get that data in and out of your analytics framework. With this system, you can actually pass data back and forth and really do some things that you couldn't do before. It enables folks to go from seeing a static view to seeing a dynamic view. It lets data scientists go from seeing just a partial view to getting the whole picture as it happens. And I think most importantly, it lets data scientists go from just making insight to actually making impact on the business itself. So rather than just talk in abstractions, I thought it'd be really cool to dock this to a real-world example. Pinterest is using MemSQL and Apache Spark and the MemSQL connector to enable their data science teams to do things they couldn't do before. And rather than just tell you about it, I thought I'd show you. The Pinterest data science team was able to ingest tens of thousands of events per second, starting with Apache Kafka, going through Spark streaming, and then hitting the MemSQL database to build this application, which lets them actually analyze real-time trending topics geographically. They can group and aggregate data in pins, repins, by city, as you can see. It lets them do real-time search, so they can look in San Francisco, San Jose, anywhere they might want to look at. And it's fundamentally giving them broader access to that data. So with this technology, they can group, enrich, filter tens of thousands of events per second, all using SQL in conjunction with Apache Spark. The connector is open source. You can go to github.com/memsql to download it and start working with the Spark framework. But this is so exciting because they're doing things that the data science team couldn't do before. And if you want to learn more, I encourage you to go to our next session later this morning. It's called Bringing OLAP Fully Online. And there, the Pinterest data science team is going to talk on how they were able to combine MemSQL, Apache Spark, and the connector together. And then we'll also do a little case study on a great financial customer called Novus, which was able to reduce their analytics latencies from hours just down to minutes. And of course, stop by our booth where we're giving away great little prizes like that drone that fits in the palm of your hand. And thank you very much. This was a lot of fun.